You are loading to NotR because you hate it when I do this. I know, game, I know. Surprisingly fast, actually. All things considered. Now then, just give you this. You and I need you, and then we can technically get started. Like this and this. Now everything should be working again, I hope. One can hope, if nothing else. I was like when it goes like boom. Right then, all of this bloody nonsense that I had to redo, I'm feeling something murdered me. Nice. Cold. Ice cold soda in this case. Actually quite tasty once in a while. Now then, we're back where we started. Things have changed a bit since last time because of my own ETSC mostly, but oh well, let us not be overly annoyed with that, and instead we shall focus on continuing where we stopped, which is that we just joined the mercenaries. And now we need to bring the peace over, to the paladins into the city. Means this is officially the first time we can actually gain access to the paladins. Oh well. I mean, thanks to movement, we can gain access anyway, but you know. No, considering just how much trouble this one singular game has cost me just, you know, recently. You would actually expect me to be feeling a bit more negatively about it, but no. The very moment I'm starting here, I'm just like, Gothic. You make me feel good about myself. Oh. To be fair, that is precisely the sort of reasoning why I have actually, you know, bloody freaking prepared save game. So this weekend shall be under the sign, the shining star that is Gothic 2. Most likely. Can't promise you precisely how much we're gonna get, because I do have some other things I need to take care of. But you know, for the moment we can play at least like 3 to 4 hours, I suppose. Actually, while we're at it, I have the Ring of Force and I have the Ring of Insight here. Yes, I have. I think this is based off the original collective one. I've done pretty much everything. I've changed a few things around to keep things interesting mostly. Those include, but are definitely not limited to, such nice things as not yet leveling up my strength, because I want to get my strength back up to round about 90. So I start doing that. 90 or 90, basically. Because at that point you can actually quite easily actually learn, or rather get it up to 200 if you so desire. Don't really need to get it that high. I think the bestest weapons for the one-handed is around 130, 140 or so. Strength wise, so you know, don't really need much more than that. Now the main problem is, as you can imagine, this is of the basically most complete version build up. I at some point, and some others who actually helped with that, we sold shit all over the place because our inventories got, you know, really full. So I don't know where exactly everything is. I mean, the best things are still in my inventory, of course, but I do like to have, you know, a bit more choice when it comes to my weapons. I mean, the Pirate's Cutlass is nice. Really nice. That's just not the best one, you know. I do like to have some choices. But I'm not going to, you know, run around and take care of that. Now, technically, what I could do now, because I actually have my 100 skill up enough, go for Wolfgar. But I don't really want to force you to sit with me for, you know, bloody 4 hours while we wait for the night to go away. Takes about 20-30 minutes or so to get the night done with, you know, and honestly, doesn't really sound all that nice now, does it?
That's not what my husband thinks. Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Now you will realize, actually, I think, was it, did we do this at that point?
That's what I've always said.
Yes, we did. Yes. I think we actually opened every bloody tower here. Oh boy, that was such a pain to do. I remember when we did this. This was like, I think 15 years ago or so. When the original idea came around and we started doing this. And oh boy.
But there, where Adanos stood, was a place in which Enos and Beliar had no power.
Oh shit, we need at least 10 of those to get the bonus from Vatras. A mana bonus, which is, you know. Ah, we don't really need it now, do we? I can actually sell some of my hides off. Doing like yo boss, bro.
There you are.
Nothing surprises me any. I've got a few.
A sheepskin. You didn't.
I wouldn't dream of.
Wolfskin. That's good. A warg skin? Ah, even a What the hell?
I ripped a troll.
That. And the hide of a black. Good work. But enough trouble as it is.
Show.
Do you have anything else I'm really interested in? I mean, you have bows and stuff. And I don't like that. Now, the only problem is, that's actually something I realized a bit later on, is that my current quests don't change. I mean, they do change, we get new ones, like a piece of her. But for example, this one should have actually disappeared from the list at this point, but it doesn't. And I don't know why that is. I can imagine a few reasons for that, but I mean, I don't care overly much, you know. They do know most of the quests anyway, so it's not really much of a problem.
What do you want here? Go!
Get out of here! Yeah,
Smart
get away
kid.
from here.
Just looking at something. Jesus Christ, people. Calm down. I wasn't even going to steal anything. Not much, at least.
Halt! Only men who are in service to the king may enter the town hall.
Let me through. I bear a message from the mercenaries.
Indeed.
All right,
Mhm,
but I'm warning you. If you cause any trouble here, you won't have time to regret it.
Please, boy. I've been in here already. You know, like this. That was idiots. I mean, just because this is my first official visit, I mean, look, there's quite literally nothing around anymore. Do you know why that is? Because I've already stolen all your shit. Nothing to say to me. That's not very nice. Hunt and pray. Oh shit. You have a golden candlestick. Keep the peace. Basically, this states very tutorial-esque the law of the jungle, basically. Going like, okay, when you steal shit, people are going to ask you to pay. Come on, game. You can do this.
What's your business here?
Who are you?
I am Larius,
Mhm.
the local governor, even if it may not seem so at the moment.
So you're in charge?
That Lord Hagen is in command here, for as long as he's...
How's it going?
What business is it of yours? As long as the paladin...
I didn't...
You have failed utterly at that, so go away.
You do know, my little friend here. This was the first time in a long while that I tried to be polite. And you make sure that I will not try that again. Mostly because I leave a bit of a bad impression. Wasn't there...
Hey, you! What does it mean?
A paladin is a warrior of Innos. In
Yeah.
return, the gift of magic is bestowed upon us. The magic of runes, which we are granted as recognition for
And
our
I will point
deeds.
out that serving Innos seems like a very fruitless endeavor because, you know, I've did a pretty huge deed for
teach me something?
Innos, and
I only
I got shit
instruct
out of that,
paladins.
apart from rocks on my face. Quite literally. How is that fair? I'm banned. Yeah, let's say banned. The evil bat. That was the sleeper. And what did I get for my troubles? Alright, I was buried and forgotten until bloody Zardas of all people actually pulled me out.
According to the reports I've received, make sure to equip yourself.
How is the situation?
The war isn't won yet, although the royal troops, but they fight without honor and without faith.
Yeah, that's so typically
Can you
paladin.
teach me?
I only instruct the follower.
Like, they fight without face, and I'm a lunatic, a zealot. Of course we're gonna win. My god has demanded as such. Do you know how often we have heard such nonsense in human history? You know, this is just begging for a mystic, isn't it? You won't actually talk to Lord Hagen, but game the sense that the Statue of Innis is more important.
What do you know about the Eye of Innos?
It is a divine artifact.
Nice.
In the old prophecies, it is mentioned in connection with dragons.
Oh, you don't say.
However,
Smart
the
ass.
scriptures also say that only a chosen of Innos can wear it.
Yeah, and he's standing right in front of you.
I bring an offer of peace from the mercenaries.
Show me. I know General Lee. I also know the circumstances under which he was condemned to forced labor in the colony.
And you do know him.
I consider him to be an honorable man. I am prepared to grant him absolution.
Oh,
Only
he's not
to
gonna
him.
do that.
This does not apply to his men, however. Most of them are dishonorable cutthroats and have earned their punishment. I shall certainly not offer them absolution. Report that to him. Was that all?
Hmm.
The hosts of evil are gathering very close to here, in the Valley of Mines.
Yes.
In the Valley of Mines, we have dispatched an expedition there. We are also aware of reports that say the pass there is occupied by orcs. But thus far, no news has reached me of an army of evil.
They are dragons,
Is this
man.
merely a trick to make me believe that it is necessary to form an alliance with the mercenaries?
No.
What army is that supposed to be?
Well, you know, the
Army of
usual.
dragons who have gathered hosts of their minions around them.
Dragons? According to the old scriptures, it is many centuries since dragons were last sighted.
Yes, yes.
Tell me, why should I believe a word you say?
Mostly
But
because...
the question isn't whether you can believe me.
Yeah,
The
that's right.
question is whether you can afford not to believe me when I tell the truth.
As long as I have no proof, I cannot afford to send even more men there.
Why have you come to Corinus?
We are on an important mission for the king. I told you that we have sent an expedition.
You basically want the ore. Come on, nameless hero, use your brain. The king wants the freaking ore. He needs the magical ore to make good blades for his army.
What are your men doing in the Valley of Mines?
Come on.
I see no reason.
So you want me...
Precisely. Cross the pass and go to the Valley of Mines. If anyone knows this, if he confirms your word,
Does that mean you'll hand over the...
the Eye of Innos. Good. Bring me proof.
Then can I say I've got your word on...
You can, for
How am I supposed...
I shall give you the key to the gate to the pass. However, may Innos...
Chapter 2. Return to the colony. Which is a bloody pain in the ass.
according to the reports, make sure.
Yeah, I have nothing else to say about it. I mean, I'm pretty much through with the paladins because I'm not one of them. They're not gonna be very nice to me. Now then, chapter 2. That kinda makes me want to go on a bit of a, you know, hunting trip. That devastation I've suffered. Look if there's anything new and important going on, and if not, we basically have two choices at this point. We can go, as we just told Lord Hagen, to scurry off to the bloody Valley of Mines, if there's an option. Or we can talk with Vatras and start our little quest into Jakendal.
Master of...
Ah, yes. Master of all of the nonsense, I know. Which basically means we need to make a bit of a decision here. Do we wanna, you know, go for the Adon stuff first, or do we wanna go for the classic Gothic stuff first?
Hey. Show me...
So many options. Oh. Ah, indeed, so many bloody options. Let us ignore the judge because he is a bit of an asshole. Even worse, he's an immortal asshole, which means I can't even beat him down for it. No boy would I like to do that. You wouldn't believe. I mean, you know, he's part of the reason why our dear little hero here originally ended up in a bloody colony. As in, you know, he judged. Surprising, isn't it? I actually think there were some books that actually gave me an bonus to...
You should really have known better.
One-handed? Was it?
That will never change.
I'm not telling you anything new.
My memory is not the greatest.
It's really not my problem.
I could not imagine myself having forgotten that. Actually, it's a bit hard to tell because I'm not the only one who was responsible for creating this safe game in the first place. That kinda makes it a bit tougher.
You can't rely on that.
Get out of here!
I will.
I said out! Alarm! Hey, what were you doing in there?
The way he just, you know, hits you for no bloody good reason.
Yeah, get out!
Don't just hit me, you bloody bastards.
What do you want here? Go!
Not much, I'm just
Smart
looking
kid.
around, you bloody people. Don't...
What do you want here? Go!
Smart kid.
Wait a minute. What are you...
Who are you then? They call me
I got it.
Careful with that big mouth of yours. I call the shots here. Most people around the house...
Anything?
People, if you should...
You know, he's the kind of guy that's like, I don't really want to work with you because you're a bit of an asshole, aren't you? Ah, don't take yourself too serious, my friend. You're not gonna make me
But the human
feel good.
waged war upon the land of
I won't tell her.
My name is Ludero.
What wares do you have?
Well, especially rare and unusual things.
Are you looking for...
Yes, for my current assignment, but not just any old claws. It would have to be something special.
Where can I find...
There are a few of them on this island, but
And what's in it for me?
I could get you a ring of invincibility.
I'll see what I can...
Nice, a
Show
ring
me
of
your-
invincibility. Now then, you have...
I won't tell her a thing from now
Oh shit, that's an investment. All right, boy,
on. It works all day too.
another small one. Okay, let me also give the Oblivion spells because I'm damn well aware that I can use those.
Consider shut
Hmm.
Who says things like that?
That's what I've always said.
Really, how interesting.
Whee.
That's typical, isn't it?
Yay, 86%. One-handed. I'm a freaking monster.
That's what
Show me.
I mean, I'm not really getting back what I invested, but at least something I got back. You know, I'll take that.
I won't tell her a thing.
It's just a lot better than nothing.
And it's gonna get even worse.
Hey, I'm just liking to
Show me your work.
Say,
stand here on your little thing.
You can't keep anything to
Really good idea to get those two. Because at some point I would very much like to stop relying completely on food, because that's just gonna take a while. I mean, you know.
he can't keep anything to himself.
I won't tell her a thing.
And then that is out of the way. That is private space.
That's what I've always said.
Although in this case nobody really cares, apparently.
Now that's typical, isn't it?
Yeah, get out!
Shut up.
He talks to
Nobody cares about you. Ah, now then.
To reconcile their dispute, and he did not succeed.
Yeah, it's really not a bad idea to run around a bit. Good chapter after all, you know.
I went to see.
And? You didn't buy.
Yes, I did.
Tell me this isn't true.
He sent me to get him.
Well then, good luck.
Yeah, but wait, the unbelieving son of a bitch, isn't he? I'm going like, you must be crazy. Why? Just because nobody has seen dragons in a few centuries doesn't mean that I'm just, you know, insane.
Show me.
So why won't they listen to me?
Doesn't have to mean that, you know. You could maybe assume that maybe, just maybe, I might actually know what I'm talking about.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, well, of course not.
Show me.
Woodland berry, doesn't matter. No sense of feeling, I'll take that. Basically, we're gonna go on a bit of a shopping trip, and once we're done with that, we're gonna go pack our things and decide where to bloody go.
I can't believe that.
How are things?
If the orcs really show up to besiege us, there's only one ship,
Hmm.
and the paladins are guarding it.
Is there no other way of?
No, none of us can leave this.
I mean,
Show me your.
it's an island, of course you can't just leave it if you're not, you know...
I'm not telling you anything new.
It's nice, but you know, I don't usually use my dexterity overly much, which means I have 25 and I don't think I'm gonna get much more. I don't find any, you know, potions or stuff.
So why won't they listen to me?
Well then, let us run around a bit more. Chapter 2, eh? I don't really remember how much things changed in Chapter 2. I do know that Chapter 2 opens up the doors to the new areas. That much I can tell you outright. But if you were to now ask me what monsters respawn, for example, what plants respawn and stuff like that, I would be like, yes, don't know. Really don't know, don't hurt me. I guess we're gonna find out. Taking a small trip around is not a bad idea. Well, it's a shadow beast. And that is something that you usually don't want to fight with, but I guess we could give it a try. Mostly because I'm at this point very much fast at using my little thingy. That means that should not have a chance of actually hitting me. As long as I can keep it up. Okay. That was too close for comfort. The damage on the output was nice. Go down. Let's just say you don't want to get hit. Jesus Christ. Oh, always good when it's over. It always keeps me on edge. Because those things can end your life very, very, very fast. I mean, we do have a bit of an armor now. Not the best armor in the world, but it is, after all, an actual armor. You could say so far so good. So it does get kinda dark, doesn't it? I'm not overly much a fan of doing that, like doing it like this, but much as I hate to say it, I do like to see things. Which brings us back to that whole debate. I mean, now, this was the time when things were still pretty much new and people were far more willing to experiment instead of just staying with one method and just continuously doing it. So there was a bit of a debate back then about, you know, night and how to actually make night in games. And very understandable thing, if you ask me, because it's important. Most games do have something of a night and day cycle, especially RPGs tend to do that because of more realism. So you do kinda end up, you know, asking yourself, so how dark is night? Which is a good question, mind you. In a scenario like this, where there is literally no artificial light around, and you basically in the woods only have what little light the stars and the moon would provide, it would be dark. Really, really, really dark. Dark enough that our poor little human eyes are probably not going to be able to see much of anything. So yes, making the night very much dark is, from a realistic point of view, quite right. Problem is though, from a gameplay point of view, your players are going to be bitching and moaning about that for basically eternity. Personally, I think it can work, but then comes the next problem. How do you keep, you know, going then at night? And the answer is rather simple. You're supposed to use the torches and stuff like that. Obviously, because, no, you want to see shit. But the whole combat system and the like is not really meant to, you know, accommodate that very much. Sadly enough. Gothic has a good system. The combat system is a bit wacky, you could say. Makes it really hard for new people to get in because it takes some getting used to, especially if you start with the first Gothic. And oh boy. Let's just say this, when I started the first Gothic, I had some serious trouble just picking up bloody items. Let alone, you know, using my weapons efficiently. And, oh no, actually using my weapons at all was a pain in the ass. In a way that actually, you know, damage my enemies. Which, when you don't, kinda ends up with you dying. A lot. To bloody, you know, young scavengers and the like. Really not making you feel good, let me tell ya. But, oh well. Now then, which of you were named? You were named, aren't you? Right.
Is there any...
Besides what I already...
Good. Now, since new chapters also means basically new quests and new stuff, you basically wanna, once a new chapter has started, wanna take in a bit of a journey around. And since this is basically my first time being back with the new setup.
Hey!
I'm sure you have enough money to buy.
You can never have enough.
Hey, you! Have you got...
I don't.
Basically, we're going to do a bit of an, you know, exploratory quest. Running around, getting shit done, and hopefully getting shit done without, you know, actually having to move out overly much. Especially because I want to, you know, decide a bit more on where to actually go next. Because we have options, and it's nice to have options. Personally, I enjoy that quite a bit. Come here, Field Radar. No, as I said before, not everything respawns, of course, because otherwise, oh boy, wouldn't fit. It would also be really, really unrealistic if everything just respawns all the time. Actually, let's go back to Zardas and let's talk to them too. I don't really think they have much to say, but you know. One actually of the more interesting facts, the world itself, even though Gothic 2's world has become a lot bigger, it's still pretty nice to look at. It's still pretty nice to run through. The music is pretty nice too. Gives good relaxed vibe when you're walking around. So you know, you kinda end up enjoying the journey quite literally. Even without some monster going like, oh, yada yada yada, this. I'm talking your ear off. Which I will admit I can do pretty good. Pretty well. They do know how to make themselves a nice place. I mean, you know, that picture on the wall really does it. Yeah, murder that harpy. I remember murdering harpies. I would have been really surprised if that chest was not empty. So now we're going back. Then we're going back into the city of Corines. Going through the harbor district and other places. So we get that down. Then we go down the other side. Go up to Jack. Because that way we can get some... I probably find some of the respawn monsters in the forests. As you can see, we can technically now deal with a shadow beast. Which means we have become from complete weakling to something that can quite literally murder the god of the forest. If he is alone. And, you know, we are a bit lucky, admittedly. But oh well, that's just how it is. So far, so good. Have you actually respawned, little sheep? Well, I'm not going to murder you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Suddenly there was something in my nose. Whatever it was, it has decided to, really do things. Excuse me. Oh boy. I need a tissue. But first let me try to catch this. In a way, yes. I'm sure it's gonna go away. Second chapter. So many nice little options. I mean, original Gothic 2 without those extra options was pretty sweet. Actually, I also would look that up because I wasn't sure anymore. Yes, the rapier actually was in the original game. And yes, it was actually dexterity based. The amount of dexterity based weapons were a bit less, and dexterity requirements were a bit different, but technically speaking, what she was right when he said, with what he said basically. You know, it's a very important thing. You need to be able to admit when you're wrong. That's happened to the best. Then again, you know, happens to the best of us. I still believe this setup that I'm having right now is in the long run the better one, because it will actually allow us to murder things a bit more efficiently for the moment. And we can push up our strength later on again. It doesn't really cost much. For the moment at least. We're at 2 learning points for 1 skill point. That's reasonable. Very reasonable. Also, I don't know how much people are going to ignore that particular thing, but of course, today is Saturday. That means in this evening, once again, I'm gonna play with the Nia. No, actually, even I sometimes take a look at the numbers, mostly because, you know, when you run a little business, you kinda get to the point where it's like numbers are so fucking important to you that you kinda can't ignore them when they're offered. Oh. Hello there, War Chief. Ah. As for that particular catastrophe, language fails me.
What do you know? If you keep going down that way, you'll come to... But be...
Yeah, kinda, you know, did a bit of a very interesting move where the game didn't want it to start, you know, so I was like, okay, not a problem, let's just reinstall it again. Halfway through I was like, wait, what happens with my save games when I do that? And precisely what you think would happen happened. So kinda, you know, instead of having a relaxed week and playing maybe, you know, at least an hour or two on my own, I instead took my little external save, started that up, and pretty much replayed to the point where we were before. It was a bit annoying, I will admit. Just a bit much. But oh well, I learned my lesson. In the end, you know, my own fault. It's the sort of thing, you know, you're frustrated, you just want to get, you know, you want to get some gaming done, things don't work out, so you get impatient, and then you kind of fuck it up. It does happen. It does also remind me of, you know, not doing that in the future anymore. It does, yes, it does. This game saves its save game inside its very own little game directory. So basically it's in its own little Gothic 2 folder. And basically when you tell Gothic 2 to uninstall itself, Gothic 2 will do precisely that. I think actually when you do it manually, not over, you know, using Steam or anything, the game is actually going to ask you if you want to delete your save games as part of its installer. If you of course are an idiot and use fucking Steam for that, and Steam is like, gonna delete everything. Thank you very much. Then you end up sitting there like, oh shit. Oh well.
Hey!
So about that unknown part.
About that unknown part of the island.
Don't bother me with details.
That's so bloody typical Zardas, isn't it?
So what should...
We shall proceed as planned. You can go get yourself the Eye of Enos.
Basically, you're not willing to give me... I mean, we have a whole new chapter, and Zardas is like, I'm still not willing to tell you anything. Okay, Zardas, get you. But yeah, this is actually why many old games are actually a lot better without being integrated into platforms like Steam or GOG or any such nonsense. Because the... yeah, this is actually chapter 2 now. We just started chapter 2 by, you know, talking to Lord Hagen, going like, there is an army of evil things. And he's like, no, don't believe you, go there and prove. Okay. And now I'm kind of thinking like what I want to do. Do I want to go to the Valley of Mines first? Do I want to go to Jarkindal first? I kinda like Jarkindal, it's cool. And there are pirates there, which is always a plus. Yeah, no, he's careful. And I get it. I mean, look at me. I'm running around in bloody mercenary armor. He's a fucking paladin. Of course, he's not just going to be like, yes, I believe you 100%. I wouldn't believe me. I'm some ragtag idiot coming from nowhere. And with no credentials or anything. Also, he's like, I do know Lee. I'm going to give him absolution if he wants it, but not his man. And I know Lee well enough to tell you that he's not gonna accept that. Of course not. I mean, he's still more, you know, he's a lot nicer than Lothar. Because Lothar from the very get-go thinks you're an idiot and a crazy person. Hagen is at least like, okay, let's say there could potentially be an army of evil things. How can you prove that to me? That's reasonable. I mean, if I'm willing to, you know, abide by my own words, then I will of course go in there and find proof. Also, since we have a new chapter, things have respawned. And when things respawn, it means we need to murder them. XP. Free XP. Well, so far so good. Indeed. Since I had to redo it anyway, I had a bit more. I kind of set it up a bit differently because I wanted to get the one-handed mastery out of the way, basically, because you can get a lot more strength a lot faster. I'm also deciding to hold off on putting more points into strength until I've actually reached 80 or 90 or something. Probably, you know, do the praying and stuff. Because if I had to redo it anyway, you know, then let's do it right, basically. That's how the idea goes. How late is it? Of course, that also means I had actually talked with Wolfgar and got all the moves and stuff.
Can you, if I have any?
Nice of you to have them again.
Your knee.
What? The brazen little son. Give it back to me. I have to pay off.
I've already.
Damn. Oh well. A debt is a debt. From what I know of this little viper, I shall see to it that the matter.
Nice. Oh, you're right. Why do you freeze? What are you doing, game? I think it's coming back.
What's the
Give me
matter?
a second. Oh, it's back. Jesus Christ. This scares me always, you know. Just sitting here doing, not thinking much. I mean, like, oh, let's just play some games, and suddenly it's like, whoop. Game decides no. Okay. Where the heck are you? Come on, talk with me.
You've got no business being here.
Yeah, sure. Of course, of course, of course. Of course. Kinda wanna do it, I kinda don't wanna, because if we are actually patient enough,
You're not quite as stupid as you look.
and we can get ourselves the 2% from Wolfgar.
Has any? No.
Also, since this is the quest where we have done pretty much everything,
Leave me alone.
You can't rely on that.
things are actually looking somewhat nice for once. We have nothing new to say. Actually, I don't even remember who has anything new to say. Hey, Joe.
Everything.
Thanks for.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Hey.
Train me.
You still
You're
are
no
willing?
longer up again.
You don't say.
I think that should be an. Let me have a. Come back again later.
Ah, how sad. You have nothing to say. Yeah, not really many that have more to say. Yeah, 5
I
o'clock.
heard that you have been accepted to join. Congratulate.
Nice.
About the. I know what.
Really?
The former ore baron.
Are you sure? Then we.
I'm working on it.
All right.
As
You
usual.
know, whenever you need my help.
Then I'll know where to find you.
That's so bloody typical, isn't it? I wish you 500 XP per chapter. Shit.
So you
Should have probably waited to free him then.
you. We don't care who you are otherwise. Look for someone else.
Give me.
Jesus, 40 lockpicks. That's a ridiculously high amount of lockpicks you have there, my friend. Good point. Then again, you know, realistically speaking, at that point you should have starved to death. I'm just gonna point that out. Because at that point you have like at least 100 days or so on your game time. Ta-da! It's so nice to have everything.
I couldn't care less.
Anything happening. Hey, Peck, you shouldn't even be here anymore.
That's not what I heard.
It shouldn't really happen, but it does happen, apparently. Now, you could ask me why, and I would be sitting here like, I don't know.
What do you want here? Go!
It's the only
Smart
trouble
kid.
I have with it being night. Nobody wants to talk to me in their houses. I'm like, what are you doing in my house? I want to buy some shit. Well. What a interesting day for a stream, apparently. And Technic decides to, you know, do whatever the fuck it wants.
Go ahead and laugh at me. You stand on the pier all day and drag up. The paladins drag so much rubbish along that they...
I'm not really...
What do you have to... Then pay attention.
Not really laughing at you, you know, I'm quite well aware of that. Giant buffet. That's something I would like to get my hands on later on. Also, the fine longsword, that's also something I would like to use. Well, let's see how horrible this is going to work for the future. Can't really do much here. We can visit the Thieves Guild, I suppose. Yeah, but that's basically it. Then it's out into the wilderness again. I mean, to be fair, I'm basically just trying to waste time in a reasonable way. If we can get the bonus from Wolfgar. Yeah, he does, but then again, Master Sword is really only interesting if you actually plan to use it. Or buy it off him, because now that he equips it, it's out of his merchant's inventory. And I'm not planning to use that at all. Honestly, you only really save yourself that option because you might want to use it. Yeah, no, Martin. Because your NPC is always going to equip the best weapon they have in inventory.
Hey.
So basically, as long as it's, you know, a weapon you know you don't want to use anyway, that's not much of a problem. Everybody's...
Hey, come closer. Take a break and have a sip of cool. The
10 second delay, Jesus Christ, that's a lot.
Hey, come closer. The Hey, Hey, no. Hey, come closer. Nothing hits the
Shit, he stops giving me beer.
Hey, you're one. Let me tell you something. They're pretty. Try to grab. That's not what I heard.
So basically, once you decide that, for example, you want to be a strength build, stuff like this, like talking to Rango and getting that 20 second delay. Jesus Christ, that's getting worse.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the
Can you make me a prophecy?
Yes. Time has
How much?
for a paltry one.
Tell me about the...
All right, son of bravery.
On the gates are ordered to interpret the law and
That's a good question, what's happening?
He will need you. A terrible murder. The eye. The sinister
We should quite literally not be that far behind.
They are coming. Searching for you.
Not what I heard.
A guardian will fall, but the three shall unite. Only then shall you receive what is yours.
Very cryptical.
That's all. There's nothing more I can see.
Now then, let me play around with a few settings for a moment. Great game is like, no, you are not. Well, the game is really like, no, you're not. Interesting. Give me Gothic again. Yeah. Yeah, but it really shouldn't be, actually. It shouldn't be, you know? Let's see. Should actually be as close as possible to being live as it can be. Then again, I do have a few problems last day. So maybe just waiting a bit is gonna help. Yeah.
Who's almost all? Aha.
Yeah. Don't think about stealing that shit. That's probably not a good idea. And also leaving that door open is technically speaking not a good idea when you think about it. You go down here and be like, you know... You imagine being a merchant here and like, oh, this door has never been opened. Maybe I should go down there. Oh, look at this. Thieves. Lots of them. Wait, do I always... Alright. Going by instinct.
Well, I wish you said... Oh,
and
one more thing. Here below. You're only...
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't really...
Well, well.
He's impressed. Very much.
I can't teach you anything. You already know. Now you only need to improve.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Where in the upper court? But if he's expect.
Yeah, you don't say.
Have you got a job?
There is a thing I'd like to have.
What can I get you?
A sextant. Bring me a sextant. I'll pay you a good price for it.
Pickpocket. Pickpocket is purely dexterity based. Which means I would need to get the really high ones done. You need over 100 dexterity. As much as I had to say, but I don't really think we are going to get that done with our little strength build. You would have to really go into dexterity. 2. Only 3 more hours. We're getting close. I don't really think it's much use. I mean, it even on the lowest level, you kinda get some XP out of it, but generally speaking, it's really not worth it. More trouble than it's worth. Also because you can only steal from named NPCs. And I do like to talk with those and not piss them off overly much, you know. Open sesame. I think actually I should have everything collected inside here.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Corinus. By the explicit order of the honorable Lord...
Basically just trying to waste time until 5 o'clock so that Wolfgar's like, well, you're up early, I'm gonna train you now. Listen to me. Which is a problem because in the night you can't really interact much with the merchants and other people. Pain in the ass. Can't do this, can't do that, can't do anything. Considering the amount of time we have, we can probably go out and murder a few more creatures. No, so that we're not wasting time. And then we still have to kind of think about where to go next. Walks. I mean, I did kinda kill a shadow beast some time ago. It does work when you do enough damage and you are careful to not let yourself get hit. Actually, we can go up and visit Jack in his lighthouse, can't we? Also, I don't really remember where all the little creatures actually respawn, which kinda leads up to a problem. Me running around and looking for stuff. Okay, let's go up and visit the lighthouse. Just need to make sure we are back at 5 in the morning. Whoop. Oh yeah, those are pretty dead. Already murdered. Mostly because it's one of those ideal situations where you can really trap them. Mostly thanks to this little hut here. Because you can run behind this, like this, and then they can draw their blades and run in there, and then they are basically, you know, screwed. Because there's no good way out of there. Makes this fight a lot easier. Hey, Jack.
Nice lighthouse.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Just walk on all the way up the steps.
A very nice lighthouse. Even nicer without, you know, bandits in it. Oh, right, the blood trail. That actually leads to another cave with a shadow beast. If memory serves, that is. I mean, I guess I'm gonna find out one way or another. Yep. As a sort of situation that you wanna save. And see, since I reinstalled it now, my saving goes fast again. Well, the good thing is, now we are fast enough to actually make sure he doesn't just outright attack us. Yeah, it's still gonna take a while because he is, Jesus fucking Christ, on the HP list. Oh, this is getting a bit close. Just a bit close. Oh, bad Shadow Beast. Bad Shadow Beast. If your pilled weren't worth so much money, and you weren't worth so much XP, wouldn't even try it. Not the most efficient tactic, but it works. Let's eat some bread. Jesus, I have so much health, this is not a reasonable way to fill it, I would say. I should probably look for a bed to sleep in. Oh boy. Yep, definitely will need a bed to sleep in. Otherwise this is going to take forever. I mean, Jack is not that far away, but I can't sleep. I can't sleep because that would actually put the time after 5 again. Run all the way back to Vatras and back again. Jesus Christ. That is gonna heighten your playtime a lot. Really a lot. It is a strategy, yes, yes, it is. But you would need to be really patient. And there are many things I am, but I'm not really patient. Yeah, I mean, you know, being conservative with your resources, especially when they are limited, not really a bad strategy. Just not my most preferred, you could say. Most because then you will end up with a huge amount of stuff in your inventory. Actually, I do remember in this forest there are some orc elites. You should try to avoid those. They are just a bit deadly. Just a bit though.
Show me.
But I do kinda get it. There are games where that is even more important than here. Oh well, you know. I can also very much understand that being a bit, you know, stingy in chapter 1, especially. When you start out and you have nothing to your name. Minaton is like with with money in this game. You start out with nothing and always being short, and then, you know, by the end, you're so bloody rich. You don't even know what to do with that nonsense anymore. Yeah, it is getting to 4 o'clock, so I don't want to be too far away. I also don't just want to sit around like an idiot, you know. Maybe we can find some more wolves or so to murder. That I would enjoy. There it is, another wolfie. I mean, we kind of have to go back to, you know, tell Lee about how that ended. And we will. We're also gonna probably sell those extra pills we just got. Here's something. Just a few blood flies, eh? Nothing special. And then we kinda have to, at some point, decide where we go from there. Because we actually have the options. Yakenda or the Valley of Mines. Both are reasonable things you can do. Although if I go into the Valley of Mines, I wanna get some of those speed potions. Which has good reason to run fast in that valley. Mostly orcs. And I'm not yet strong enough to murder the whole bloody valley. That's actually something I did do. Oh shit, it's another shadow beast. I mean, I kinda wanna try it, you know? Yeah, no. You would have to do this a lot more patiently, and would also probably could be have some more health. Not being down to your last sliver, like me. We shall be back with a bit more health. And after 5 o'clock. Quite, yeah. Getting close. Getting it a bit close. I mean, it's not like he, you know, immediately walks away after clock strikes 5 and it's 1 minute later. But you know. Come here, Wolfie. Give me all your nice little things. Including your pelt. Yeah, meeting that thing will have to wait at least a few hours. But in a moment, back to town. Very much heroically. And while we're in town, we can actually go to Vatras and get ourselves some stuff. Some healing done.
That's really not my problem.
Or we're just sitting around like that. Really? One more night over. Spent drinking. 36. We are very close. Yeah, and this is how you spend your morning. Staring creepily through a door. Staring at your beloved little Wolfgar standing there. Just the usual. Just the usual. How does this fine morning find you, eh? Good moment to drink a bit of coffee, because I still have some.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
Nice.
I'm no better off myself.
Yeah. Just right. Has a bit cooled down, but still, those wood beans, they really do make a difference. 12 more minutes. Then we are at, 88 mastery. That's good.
I'm no better off myself.
But no,
Then to Vatras, then we're going to... Actually, we can talk to Vatras and get ourselves admitted into the Ring of Water now. Because we gave Lord Hagen our message. Yeah, I really spent... I mean, you do kinda... If you remember, I had like 180 learning points saved up on that save game.
I'm no better off myself.
So we put it up to 69, and then I started using my my stone tables and stuff like this. My stone tablets, all the other things.
Nobody will learn any.
Yeah, I've also got
Wait
the
a
book.
minute. Let's begin.
I don't. Out and about so early, so pay attention. Remember that.
88. Yeah, basically you get like at best 31% without temporary bonuses.
That's an open secret.
And I don't want to get temporary bonuses like through the through rings and stuff, because I want to keep that slot open.
There you are again. Harrod has finally finished that damn... That means that I can now...
Jesus Christ, no reason to stop me, I would have come to you anyway. Bloody bastard. Just wanted to, you know, sleep. Because I want to actually keep dead slots open for stuff like strength. And later on, you know, rings of invincibility. Because after a certain point you don't really need the bonuses from strength and from other things, and so, well, you can either go for hit points, which is idiotic, because you will have more than enough anyway. Or you're smart and you go for protection.
Show me... Take your pick.
Yeah, you all have new stuff, but you don't really have much good stuff.
Suit yourself.
But again, there are people who are swearing on using like 40 hit amulet, hit point amulet is this shit.
Stir up the farmers, and then now beat it. You're driving away.
No.
Hey, you.
Now we can finally finish everything in the city, and right now the city looks a lot brighter than it should. But honestly, I can't be asked to change that around all the bloody time. Definitely. I mean, strength we kinda have to get up to like best scenario to 90, because then you would end up with all the bonuses you can get at around 190 to 200. Depends a bit on how rigorous you look.
That's not what my husband thinks.
That's what I've always said.
Show me.
Jesus Christ, now I know where I sold all my weapons. I sold those things here, didn't I? Oh yes, I did. Nice. That's one of those things. You give him back that thing, then you beat him up because he's a person of the harbor and he doesn't, you know, is complaining, then you sell it to make double the profit. I remember thinking like that. I had a phase where I was very, very gamey.
That's an open secret.
Ah, that was a time. That existed. Always good to know where my stuff landed. Mace and chain. Actually, I don't think I have anything better than the cutlass that I already using, the pirate's cutlass in this case. I mean, I could use the paladin sword, but why would I?
Someone's gotta do the work.
It actually helps me because since the original creation of that save game is like 15 years ago, I do not remember where the hell I left all this stuff. You know that I sold quite a few things. Just not, you know, what exactly and where. Mostly because I don't really need to remember that, because I knew it by heart.
Honestly, I witnessed it myself.
Don't tell this to anyone.
You know, then with that out of the way. You know, 15 years do tend to make you a bit forgetful. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Yo, Vatras,
I have a message for Master Isgaroth.
Oh, right, you actually had a quest.
Shrine in front of the... If you run this errand for...
Nice, sure.
I'll do it.
Good. Then take when you have delivered the message.
Yeah, just keep me nice
Give me
around.
the good. So I am ready to.
So you delivered your
Yes, but he sent me to the Valley of Mines.
You must decide what you want to do next.
Yes,
To
I know
me,
that
it was
was.
important that he should get the message. Now it's up to him to act.
That is precisely my problem, Vatras. Now I need to decide where to
As far as
go.
you are concerned, you have proven that you are indispensable to us. You shall be one of our children. I consign to you this ring of water. May Adanos protect you. They will await you in the tavern, the Dead Heart. You probably know the tavern. Do not forget to wear your ring, so your brothers...
Ah, Vatras. You are a special person. Now then, let me... Do I need those extra strength points? Yes, yes I do need them. Means I have to kinda...
And
put out...
Beliar spoke to another creature.
And
But
grab my little
Adanos
ring.
brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth.
I got them. You see?
Yes, they had.
I want to. Sure.
But with
And
it,
you have...
trees and animals
you give me
were
3
also
XP for that
washed away,
message. Oh,
and
nice of you.
a deep sadness overcame Adanos.
Now then, once we have finished with this nonsense in the city, we shall go out.
I'm looking.
Do you have any
Yes, I do.
Yet you are still alive.
I think I can tell you a few formulae.
Now, right,
What
you have
recipe? I know a
the...
few.
You have the elixir of strength. At some point we should technically get that if you want to get the max strength out, but that's 20 learning points, so that's not cheap.
Show me.
That's really not cheap. Give me your dank little dog mushrooms, because that is an advantage. And is there anything else? We already spoke to Torben and got all the lockpicks.
Are you still?
I finished the commission. Now I'm making magic ore blades for him. But I also have the time again to make a few weapons. So, if you're looking for...
Okay, we'll do so.
Tell me more.
Creating a magic blade is a very complicated and expensive project. The blade is certainly of good quality, but it will only... A paladin sword is consecrated by Inos. As a result...
Oh, very nice. We can get ourselves a magic blade too. It's just not one of Inos's.
What? I can sell.
I mean, technically speaking, you know, of Beliar is also a magical blade. A magical ore blade even. Just, you know, of a very, very different kind. Yes, let's call it like that.
Show me.
You don't say. That's what I've always said. The other
So much about only paladins.
If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes.
So, Laris, do you have anything to say about me becoming an official member of your little group? Yeah, I can give him a swing big.
Good for you.
Now that's typical.
I now belong.
I guess you want your gear now. We are going to have a secret meet us there as soon as you can.
Nice.
Who says things like that?
I will get a new armor. I mean, I kinda do like the mercenary armor because it kinda looks like the Rook armor from Gothic 1. You know. No, none of you have anything. And then we've got you. Hello, hello.
Show me.
Nothing special anymore. And I think there actually is... No, is there anything else left we should be doing, talking? I don't think so. I think actually in the city we have done pretty much everything we can. Game is like, okay, I'm going to stop working for just, you know, 5 solid seconds. Guess we're gonna go outside and go a bit on a hunting trip while we think about our future. Because our future can go 2 very different ways. No, in the end I'm not gonna think about it overly much, and I'm just at some point gonna make the decision. Probably somewhat, you know, by throwing a coin or something. Hey, but of you would not go hunting with me again.
That's not what I heard.
Okay.
Sure.
Go away, don't tell
Yeah,
me
no.
now that's
I don't think so.
That's not
Also,
what I
we
heard.
still need to deal with that bloody Shadow Beast. So we go down there, deal with the Shadow Beast, and probably then go back to Vatras and give ourselves some healing. We're not wounded overly much. We're going to go to the shrine and bring that little message. We can get that done. Then into the forest we shall go and murder more creatures. Get more XP. Actually, I also already mastered the language, so that we have that out of the way. Kinda what happens when you save up all that many learning points and you're sitting there like, wanna get shit done. You get shit done. Yes, many things to do. Look how fast that saving works though. That's bloody fast. I like it. Yeah. Let's just say that this is also one of the games I have, technically speaking, invested a ungodly amount of time into. It's not close to what I invested time-wise into Baldur's Gate and later on Neverwinter Nights. But just, you know, just a bit of time. See, I can get very much obsessed with what I'm doing. That's why I always find it so fun when I'm looking at something, you know, I'm starting Steam and I'm looking at playtime. It's like, okay, you've played this game like 30 hours. And I'm sitting there like, 30 hours. Steam has a sale? That sounds interesting. I was not even aware. Probably because I ignored that little pop-up that was there and was like, what? Another one. I knew it. Oh, look how fast it's saying. Oh, right, it's summer again. Summer Shale, yes. I should actually look up at that. Might actually be something for me there. Nowadays, Steam has so much. I still remember a time when I was very much against Steam. I didn't like the idea of Steam. Really didn't. I liked my physical copies. Nowadays, I don't even want to know how many games I have on Steam actually. A lot. And another Shadow Beast dealt with. I mean, they are quite dangerous. You can see my health going down like, whoop. That was one hit. I'm gonna look at it. Maybe actually find something interesting again. I do like to... Yeah, it is kind of, you know, getting to you. But there was a real big debate actually back then, and I was on the side where I was like, no, I don't like it. I want to buy my games physically, have them physically, and I don't want to have some bloody in-between platform going like, screw you, now we are offline and all your games are gone. To be fair, Steam has been around quite long at this point. I'm not really that much worried anymore, but you know, when you invest like, you know, 1,000 or so, at least, just in games, on a single platform, and that platform could go away, technically speaking, that could happen. How are they going to compensate you for the money you have spent and you are not gonna get back? But it comes with many advantages, like the Steam sales, you know. Those sales are pretty damn useful, I'll admit to that. Usually because I always find something, I mean, you know. Yeah, luckily enough, that is something that came along. The option to actually play offline and without having to have a connection. But you know, at some point you might actually want to install, reinstall games. You don't have all your games installed all the time now, do you? At least I don't, because actually speaking, I think I have more games that would require more space than I actually have on my hard drive. So yeah, don't think that's gonna work out. You can have, yeah. Technically speaking, you are a customer. It shouldn't really be your job to make all the preparations for the worst case. Actually, it should be the company's job to make sure no worst case, you know, happens. So,
Look at.
I shall.
kinda don't like it. And even back then, I refused vehemently to use
Hey, you.
Steam for quite a while. I still remember that.
Go. So long.
Hang on.
No.
Yeah, because I only drank basically water. Mixed in. Ah, good times. Ooh, another Steam sale. I'm gonna look up at that. My poor little wallet is probably not gonna be happy. Especially not in those bloody times. Ah. Corona times. Less money for everybody. Yay. Well, at least if you know, try to run a little business. In that case, it's a lot more problems and a lot more people wanting to actually get their money. Pain in the ass. And again, if not for that bloody pain in the ass, I probably wouldn't even have started with the whole streaming business. So funny how that kind of works, you know? Because this was basically planned as a bit of distraction. I was like, ah, yeah, sure, do this for a few months and then you can let it peter out, you know, and just be on your way. Now, yeah, I don't even know, half a year later or something, I'm still doing it. Still have fun with it, interestingly enough. Eine stacking. Yeah, eine sticking with me. But you know, if I have to buy games, and to some degree I do have to, because I do like to have more, ever more, let us at least do it on a sale. There are some skeletons there. And when you're dealing with skeletons, usually you want to have a mace, or something like that. Works quite well against them. It doesn't mean that you cannot beat them with your little sword, it's just not gonna do much extra damage. But let us save. It's such a nice saving time, isn't it? See if we can get one of them to come. Come here, come here. We're not doing enough. It should still be a thing. And I don't think it's actually changed overly much when it comes to that. Basically, normally it doesn't really matter which sort of damage you're doing. Just for some very limited enemies it does matter. Like skeletons. Skeletons are far more prone to... And with that I mean really only the adult skeletons. Goblin skeletons don't even care. Funnily enough. Even though they are technically skeletons, they don't care about... And golems care? Yes, they care very much. You can't beat them with a bloody sword. Oh, if you could try, technically speaking, but no. Wouldn't recommend that. I've just always been, you know, a bit confused why goblin skeletons do not count as, you know, skeletons, which they should. But oh well. It is how it is, you know. Yeah, see, that's a pain in the ass to do. Far better to just use a freaking mace and do good amount of damage from the get-go. This leads back here, and I think actually in this forest there is not much in the way of respawn. I mean, apart from those bloody skeletons. I'm not going to mess around with them. Oh boy. A few lizards, a few wargs, something, even a shadow beast I might actually be more than willing to deal with. Maybe even a few snappers. If I can get them separated and not attack me in a group. They attack me in a group, I'm willing to run away very fast. You know, still, when I look around, I'm still surprised. This game looks still very nice, doesn't it? Also, it has a pretty nice soundtrack actually in the background. Do like it. Do like it. I do kind of feel, however, that I have done apparently a bit too much. There's really not much left. Yeah, really, I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, I really don't remember just how much nonsense VNTSS actually did to that particular little save game. But, yeah. Even with the respawns of Chapter 2, there's not much around. That means, quite a bit. Because I remember there being lizards here. I mean, I also remember there being orc elites here. That is very interesting. I can tell you outright that I was not the one who murdered those bloody freaking orc elites. I guess some of the others actually did it. Interestingly enough. I mean, it is possible, you can do it like anything else. You find a nice spot where you can sit up high and let them run. Oops. I do remember that I did quite a few of the running around quests, so that much I remember. I think that one also is one of the respawned. This forest is actually one of the more dangerous areas around here. Even respawn-wise. Now, skeletons are already dangerous. But, you know, combine it with things like shadow beasts and, yeah. You can kinda see that this is not the sort of area where you would like to spend more time than actually need to. He does, yeah. You can make Clarus, the poor guy, sit there, do all the horribleness for you. And then again, I always like to get some of the XP that is just sitting around waiting here beforehand. You know. Because there actually are quite a few creatures you can deal with, like, you know, the field raiders and stuff like that. Most of those you can deal quite early on. And then later on, when you can't deal with shadow beasts. Yes, it does, but you would have to actually get to the point where you can get him to sit there and wait. That means he has to accompany you to that thing, to that It's stone hedge. Is it actually? Stone circle. And by the point I'm at that, collecting that nonsense, I usually already went in there and murdered a few things. If you absolutely cannot deal with the Shadow Beast, and I guess that's also how they dealt with the Orcalines, I suppose, by luring them to Laris. Having him deal with that nonsense, because he actually can, he's quite tough. You know, apart from all the other advantages he has. Now, question is, do I want to continue up? And I guess we can go up there and take a look. Take a gun for once, and then if nothing is really interesting up here. And that's actually the interesting thing, the whole world is actually somewhat well connected with each other, so you can technically find many a shortcut like this one. It actually is, yeah. I mean, I do believe that just from the safe game alone, pretty much everything should be cleared in the most efficient way imaginable. And the problem is I don't remember where all the respawns are for the second chapter. Yeah, a bit of a problem. Then again, running through the wilderness is in this game not all that uncomfortable, so, you know, could be a lot worse. And since we don't really have a good maze, I guess everything apart from skeletons. Yeah, I mean, some wolves on the ways, that I know, and some field raiders here and there. But not overly much. Most of the other respawns are actually a bit too deadly. But I mean, since we have to, you know, basically run all the way to the tavern anyway, you know, taking a bit of a detour doesn't really hurt overly much. Because after this we go to the tavern, then with our new armor and everything, we can go to the monastery, talk with the fire mage at the shrine, get that out of the way. And then we have not that many areas left to look for. The problem is then we actually have to make the decision. And I don't have my lucky coin. Because my lucky coin is at the store. And I forgot it there. It's lying on my desk there, looking all smug. I can't really throw my lucky coin to make a decision like that. Which means I would have to use an inferior coin and oh boy. Who would want to do that? Are you kidding me? That is not how that is supposed to work. Really is not. It wouldn't be an episode of Gothic 2 without dying needlessly through some idiotic movement. To be fair. Because usually I do manage to, you know, get myself some grip on the road, so he makes a little double jump basically, and that kinda does work, but no. When you are expecting at the very least, the game decides to murder you. And falling down something that didn't even look that high. I mean, quite literally not. It looked really not like a height that would murder you. I mean, to be fair, that was the only creature I think we actually killed, so I guess we are not really missing much. Just can go back up Akil's form. Akil? Yeah, that is Akil, isn't it? This is Akil's farm. Kinda confused myself there. And I was like, Robert, no? Ah, not alone, little skeleton. I'm... Oh, come on, game. Ah, you really have to love this game. I mean, he's kinda surfing now. Like, wom, wom, wom. I can't surf on this one. Surf on any surface. I'm a good surfer. But that's not much a problem. That is something, technically speaking, I think actually what you can do is when you fall down somewhere very high, you can in mid-flight open the menu, save your game, load the game, and then since the game is going to spawn you at your last position, you can actually then just shorten the fall. I think actually that worked with the quick save, which technically in the game, but not activated. But they are in the game. Just they are very unstable, and when you get used to using quick save, you kind of forget to save regularly, and that can bite you in the ass. Really much. It's possible to save yourself like that. It's just so bloody cheap, you know. I mean, you know, come on, be a man, accept the fact that you misjudged, you fell, you died. Stuff like that happens. Be a man about it and reload. No, then I don't think there are many more creatures. No, there actually are some creatures. Some blood flies. Not worth much, but you know. I hear mole rats. I hear mole rats. I'm gonna murder mole rats then. Jesus, chapter 2 really is a bit sparse with the respawns. I can tell you that before we enter chapter 2, every last little creature on the map of Corinus should have been dead or beaten down in the case of some of the NPCs and killed up again. And of course, you know, doing the usual stuff to get access to other things, like, you know, this here, just to get in. Like, I can't let you talk to our leader. Yes, you cannot. Apart from when I move sideways, then you have no problem with me moving in there whatsoever. Idiot. Idiot paladins. And you wonder why I'm not a fan of them. They're stupid enough that they're not even able to stop somebody moving sideways. How can you trust them to do anything like win the freaking war against the orcs? I do however really like it when you go in talk about how things are on the mainland, and they're like, the orcs fight without faith, and of course we're going to win. Like, you sure? Sure. Precisely what I would expect a bloody zealot to say. Realistically though, the war's going bad. Really bad. I mean, when you think about it, the just looking for some enemies, you know. Just looking for some enemies. Wanted to see if there's anything respawned in that part of the forest. Hey, come on. Okay, there's something. Few scavengers. Yes, yes, yes. Scream at me, however much you want. Now we go back and get ourselves the other stuff. The bloodflies and the mole rats, and there are some more scavengers, because of course there are some more scavengers. It's always more scavengers. Yes, I also did that. Respectively, my self from 15 years past did that. It's good to rely on my old self. He had a lot more time and investment. Yes, before chapter 2 started, nothing on the map of Corinus was actually alive, monster-wise. Apart from, I think, yeah, the black troll is usually alive, because that is actually something I should have done before, but did not. I kinda had to redo that. But I think, apart from that, not even elite orcs have been spared. Yeah, I mean, this was a combined effort, you know. At least 5 people were involved, and some of those were actually pretty damn good at, well, either cheesing the game or fighting. If times were different, those were probably the kind of people who would have done, you know, speedrun videos on the YouTubes or something. Sadly, I don't think any of them had any interest in that. 15 years ago, let's see, at that point we were still in training, weren't we? Yes, we were. Good times. Nice. I mean, yes, they do. They kinda have to if you really wanna get a very, very short time. They actually are speedrunners for Baldur's Gate even, because even then, even that game can be glitched. You can glitch yourself to the final boss relatively easily, if you know how. I always found that to be a bit idiotic, because games like this actually rely on their stories, their build-up. But you know, some people are like, oh, can make fast.
I carry a
What is this message?
A scroll.
It's a letter.
Yes, yes. A letter.
Good. You can tell Vacha. Take these potions as a reward.
Show me your...
Personally, I would... I mean, I watched one of those videos and was like, I should play Dungeon Lords. It actually doesn't ring a bell with me, but then again, my memory for names is not the best, so I actually would have to look up in my little collection of games. Sitting somewhere there. Could be. I wouldn't put it beyond me. Just, you know, I have a bit of a weakness with names. So good to be strong enough to just murder a scavenger in one hit. Really feels satisfying. Also, you know, at this point it's kinda hard to remember everything, because I've been playing games for what? Oh boy, I really have to do some math in my head, don't I? For at least... We're really playing games for at least 23 to 25 years. Before that I played around with games. But I'm going to do what I usually do when I'm not sure. I'm going to use my little pen here and write myself the name down, and then I can look for that. Later. Smart, isn't it? Because I don't trust my poor little brain to remember that, but I trust myself to be smart enough to read my own notes. Kinda think I remember that title, but don't quote me on that. So instead of being like, yes, sure, I'm going to look up, and then be like, yes, sure, or no. Nothing new to say, eh?
You listen to the wrong people.
Well, show me.
You don't have to tell me that.
You also have that dexterity bonus belt. That's kinda cool.
That's no secret.
I heard that the ring is going to meet in your tavern.
Indeed.
That's right. They should be starting just about now. I wonder what's taking them so long.
The meeting is today.
Yes? Well, at least I hope it won't get so...
And he just changes his armor.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Right in public, you know.
You don't have to tell me that.
Ah, well, time to join another community. Desnares, of course.
That was no big deal.
Very important. Then we've got Court. Not really surprising. Most of those members
lousy weather.
we have already identified. Gan.
See that? I can't help it.
Ron.
That was no big deal.
And Dum Dum Dum. It's Morton. The guy who now has a very nice weapon at his side. No, I don't think Martin is immortal. Technically speaking, I could still beat him down if I really wanted it. But you know.
There's more, believe me.
That was obvious all along.
Nobody wants to talk with me.
Young friend. We have come together here to celebrate your admission to the Ring of Water. The boys who are present here will keep an eye out for you from today on.
Well, I sure hope so.
There are others who also belong to the Ring of Water, so be careful.
Yes, don't do any nonsense.
Whether you do us a service or mess things up, we are going to learn about it. Here, take the armor of our community.
Already wearing it.
Pride, but never in town or in other inhabited areas. Remember, we must not be exposed. Nobody must therefore be told who the members of the Ring of Water are. Nobody talks about the Ring of Water. That's our foremost rule. Stick to it. Any more questions?
Many questions.
What about weapons then?
The weapon of the ring is the quarterstaff, but everyone here's one of our staffs. I never really figured out.
Yeah, no, not interested.
What kind of help?
I can show you how to be. If you need help with wielding close combat weapons, Gon will gladly show you the proper way. Martin can tell you a lot about the. Cavalorn will teach you sneaking around, one-handed combat. Orlin will always have a warm, and for anything related to magic.
I've got to go.
Fine. Now go directly to Vatras, Brothers of the Ring. The bandit attacks are still going on. Adanos, preserve the balance.
Come on, Laris, you're many things, but you're not really the religious
So
type.
you're the new fellow.
A fresh face.
Welcome to the...
Let me be very honest with you.
Welcome to...
Same old thing all over again.
That's not what I heard.
Now then, we are... No new armor. Actually, this armor is 50-50. That's a lot better than my mercenary armor. Oh boy. Well then, get a bit more exploration and then guess we can go back to Lee and tell Lee about all the cool things we've done. Like telling him about Lord Hagen's counter-offer, which is not an offer Lee's going to accept anyway. I know Lee. It's not really reasonable. He's not going to be like, sure, I leave all of my people behind. Shut up, lurker. That's not how Lee is gonna work. Sword. He has such a good reputation. That's actually the problem. Young creeps. Yeah, I mean, you know. I'm really not planning to playing this in the most efficient way possible. Go away.
One less monster.
It's just a goblin. No reason to get out of here. Wait, fire arrow? Where is fire arrow? Oh, I have a branch. Yes, they can, and they do, if you give them a choice. And I mean, it's kind of fair, you know, if they get the kill, they get the XP. Kind of like in old times online games, whoever gets in the last hit gets the XP, everything else is basically screw you. There really is not much left in the forests. I mean, we might find a few more shadow beasts or something that we can murder on the way, maybe a walk or so. Yeah, I've taken the Dex potion. I've also consumed said Dex potion already because I'm not planning to invest any point in Dex anyway, so, you know, let's see how far we can go with just bonuses. Same with the stone tablets that I found for dexterity. I just used those because, well, And there it is, another shadow beast. I knew it. Okay, how much further until we get in next level up? Actually, not much anymore. Yes, I actually made sure that now when I start from A, go back, please. Shit, I kind of screwed that up. Jesus Christ, I screwed that up. Okay, can't happen. We need to go. Well, no problem. Thanks as always, War Chief. Always a pleasure to have you around. It helped me remember things that I sometimes tend to forget. Yeah, but have a good one. Enjoy your weekend in case we don't see each other again, and feel free to drop by whenever you have the time. Well, good night then. In my case, it's good day. But yes, good night. It shall be. Enjoy your rest. And don't worry, you're not going to miss overly much. I'm not going to play... I think the last part is going to be me making a decision of where the fuck I actually want to go. The next time we're either going to find ourselves in Jarkinta or the Valley of Mines.
You can thank you. Here, take these sheep.
Wait a minute.
Jesus Christ, I actually had forgotten about that. No, I think there was a reason why I didn't. Oh yeah, there was. No shit. A bit too late to complain about that. Oh, a bit more hunting and then... Yeah, well, I guess I will have to use my inferior coin at this point. Make the decision where to go. Yo, check up. You...
Listen.
I don't have any work.
Yeah, he's not the most friendly and willing to talk person in the world.
Hey, you!
I think you don't have anything new to say. How about you people? Not the sheep. The sheep is not gonna answer you.
Wait a minute.
Well, let's see if we can find some more nasties in the woods. And then we're gonna go up. Gonna tell Lee about the answer from Lord Hagen, and then yeah, then we're basically out of options. Yeah, the only annoyance here is that those quests will not be completed. I mean, maybe I can actually complete them manually using the menu. I'm gonna have to look that up, don't I? Yes, I will. Shouldn't be that hard to do though. I'm probably gonna get it done one way or another. It really is quite little when you're background ranges to murder. It's kind of saddening, isn't it? And apart from this area, where else can we go? We can go up to the Black Troll. Yes, we can. And is there anything else, I wonder? Oh. I wonder. Should be, could be, would be. I guess at least a few scavengers or something should probably be around. Yeah, it's not really that much, but I guess that's better than nothing. Since we're now in civilized areas again, let's put the weapon away before everybody's gonna start screaming at us like mum.
How are good, but the wolves are bound to come back someday.
I mean, yeah, if you're gonna spend the rest of your life sitting around here and waiting for literally nothing, then yes, at some point the wolves will probably be back. Let's just, you know, do something until then.
Hey, how's it
good?
That's all just gossip. Hold a sword.
I don't really think anybody has
Where
much.
have you been?
I was in the Valley of Mines. There are dragons there.
So?
Nobody.
Then there really is something. Lee will be into. Good thing you're here. I've got some.
What is it?
Good. Listen. The farmer Sekov hasn't paid. NotR wants him to cough up 50.
Where is Sekov's farm?
In the north of the. If you have problems, and see to it that you.
I want to.
Oh, right, I know what that is. Yes. I was a bit confused for a second, but that is actually because
Hey, you!
basically as soon as you load into the Valley of Mines, he's gonna start with that
Hey, you!
nonsense.
I don't know.
Hey!
And I kinda did that already, didn't I?
What do you...
Yes, I did. Of course I did. Because you can actually also glitch your way into the Valley of Mines and load that in.
Hey! Do you do...
Not it.
I can tell you.
Can I have...
Hey, and then...
Oh, no more stew. But I love stew. But it is what you are making. It's good for my strength.
What can I offer?
Oh, right, you're also somebody I sold a lot of the nonsense to. Stealing owner's plate. Yes. Ah, boy, I remember that. A lot of time went into this.
Not so...
A lot of time, energy, and patience.
He really should have known better.
Hey, you!
That's no secret.
Where did you pick that up then?
Well, I guess we can take a talk to Lee. Be like, hey Lee, don't run away from me, Lee. We have the answer from Lotagan.
That's really not my problem.
If you get involved in a duel, but if you beat up on a farmer, they run straight to. You'll have to pay a penalty. NotR pockets the money.
How much?
150.
I can't believe that.
I want to...
Good.
All that matters is strength.
I brought Lord...
What did he say?
He said he would grant absolution to you.
That stubborn fool. Most of the men in the king's army are bigger cutthroats than my men.
Actually,
what are
yes.
you going to do now?
I'll have to find another way to get us out of here. If need be, we'll pulling my own head out of the noose and abandoning my...
See, I knew he wouldn't do it.
Will it ever change?
Why do you want...
As you know, I served, but his sycophants betrayed me because I knew something. They tossed me into the mining collar. I've had a lot of time. I shall avenge myself.
On the king?
On the king and on all his sycophants.
I kinda get where you're coming from, but that's a fucking high hurdle to get.
I'm going to head...
I didn't think you would stay on the farm. If you go back to the colony, keep an eye out for Gorn. Gorn is a good man, and I could really use...
Gorn is indeed a good man.
Torloff has an assignment from NotR that should have been done some... Take care of that first.
I've heard a thing or two.
Just gossip.
Hey, you!
Yeah, he really said that.
What weapon?
Only the best, or so I claim, because I... Actually, I have a catch on spy that is pretty nice. That would actually help. So let's go over to owner, because he owes me money.
Do you really believe that?
Then we're gonna go and deal with Sekop, apparently. Ah. Oh well.
That's not what I heard.
Pay me. Where have you been for the You never showed up. Who knows where you've been at?
Nah.
Everything. I certainly hope so. You had better go to Tor.
Yes, Torlof already told me what I need to do. I need to visit Jacob. I shall do so, of course. Not much of a problem. We're gonna deal with that nonsense. Then we are going to go up on the plateau again. Look if anything's up there. I don't think so, but you know. Probably better to make sure. Hey, Bronco.
So?
You're a mercenary, aren't you? Don't beat me. I'll even go...
Yeah, you better do. Get to work. Don't try beating me up, I wanna beat you up. Very much so. Now then, time to tell Jacob to bloody pay his money. Or get outright murdered. Save the game. Hey, Jacob.
This land belongs to the big farmer. You're only the tenant here. Onar wants you to pay your rent.
What? And he sent a villain like you? Get out of here for
Fork over.
You're not going after my purse, you...
You really think you can stop me, eh? Not the smartest person in the whole wide world, are you, Jacob? Your immortality doesn't last very long.
We'll see about that.
Hey.
So that's probably, you know.
All right, all right.
Where do you have...
Don't hit me again, please.
We'll pay your rent then.
But sir, I don't have anything. I'm just... My last harvest dried up completely. I want to pay my...
Cut out that piffle. It rains here all the time and your larders are full. Pay...
No, please, here, take the gold. I'll even ask...
See, that...
I'm ruined.
Double payment, nice. I'm ruined. Stop being a whiny cunt about it and just pay your fucking rent. You do not own this land, you're just a tenant. Pay your rent. Not that hard now, is it? Are there any field raiders or lurkers respawned here? I don't think so. But we can go on the other side, or down the other side, when we actually go back to the high plateau. Then we need to go back to the city to Vatras and be like, hey yo, Vatras, I've got all the things. I've talked to the Istagard guy on the shrine, gave him a message, he was very happy. You are very happy, and everybody is very happy and all, yeah. Actually, it is raining all the time in this area. Well, because, but my harvest dried up is not gonna work. Really not.
I collected the...
And? Did he pay willingly?
I had to convince him first.
Well done. When I have something new, I'll...
So the nice always like, yeah, I was in the Valley of Mines. Technically speaking, no, you should not know that. But I mean, come on. The game I played rather heavily.
What about some...
You fulfilled... I have some better armor for you here.
Give me the armor.
Here you go.
Nice. I'm now looking like something like an actual mercenary. I mean, it's still not as good as the bloody Ring of the Water armor, but you know.
Pay me. Are you out of your first work for me for a day?
Oh, nah. You really make it easy to hate you know that? I mean, to be fair, yeah, you know, it's really not about bloody 40 or 50 gold he's gonna give me as my daily payment, but
He really should have known better.
the way he's just so much of a little asshole about it kinda makes me want to strangle him. Oh, we have this. The only other thing we have not yet went through was the way to the Black Troll up the mountain. I think I'm gonna go there too. Take another look. Then back to the city. That is probably where I will actually take my break for the day, because I wanna get something to eat done, and since it's once again a bit colder, I'm actually feeling somewhat motivated to spend some time in the kitchen. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm no expert when it comes to cooking. I'm really not that good at it, and I also don't enjoy it, which is a bit of a problem. But I am well aware that it's A, cheaper, and B, generally it tastes better. I make it myself. Apart from one thing, and that is pizza. Pizza I do like to order. Pizza Friday.
Hey.
How about Pizza Friday? Honestly, I've done this for quite a while now. It's usually Pizza Friday or Saturday. It depends a bit on how I actually get things done. But I can tell you, people are always like, you can't eat that shit. It's, you know, it's gonna kill you. I'm eating it for quite a long while at this point. At least once a week. And in some rare cases 2 times a week. And usually as long as you actually eat something, you know, a bit more healthy for the other 5 or 6 days. Yeah, it's not really much of a problem. Pizza. I had one yesterday too. It was a very, very special pizza. Had a lot of nice stuff on it. There's a bit of bacon on it, and there was some jalapeno stuff and some chorizo, which is basically, you know, some tasty form of a salami. Pretty nice. Well, tasty. Good times were had by all that evening. But today is Saturday, and as such, we are going to do something. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I'm kind of feeling. Maybe something a bit. Maybe a stew. Something a bit, you know, more mild after yesterday. Because that was rather hot. Put it mildly. Put me on hot balls under the collar, you know. As such, we shall get something else. Up here? No, there shouldn't be much respawn here. Yeah, generally speaking, the second chapter is not much. The third chapter... Actually, isn't that when the Seekers come around? Is it? Kinda think it is. And if that is the case, then yeah. That's a lot of new enemies on the map. Oh, excuse me. Oh, Jesus. A bit of the hiccups coming around. Interesting, I didn't even know you could do that 2 times. Yeah. I would have been rather surprised if something came out of that. So I have to kind of look up how do I finish the quests, because that's gonna get annoying. I mean, that one is not gonna be finished. That one is not gonna be finished. That one should be finished. I mean, in the end, it doesn't really matter overly much when you think about it, but that is gotta go. You can get the thing It's hard to read in the long run.
Hey. Everything? Sure.
Well, actually, that's a bit of a difference. Now every farmer is alive again, and in my save game,
hey,
both those farmers had died, of course.
Take care.
You too.
That's been known a long time.
Oh well. I think it's actually you two. Yes, it should be you two. Being very much heroic and trying to hint at defeating a lurker. Respectable, yes. Quite deadly, however. It has proven to be a beast. And as such, those poor farmers did what you would expect him to do. Die a horrible death. Really little way of response. Kinda saddening. Then again, we just got a armor upgrade again, so at this point in time, means not like we can, you know, relaxedly murder a shadow beast while it continuously hits us. We're not that tough yet, but I think pretty much everything from scavenger up to including boars and the like should not be a problem. Lizards can probably hurt us, just not overly much. And apart from that, yeah, not really all that much. Nothing we have to really worry about over the top. We can stay relaxed. Yeah, some slight graphical specialities, I'd say. Oh well, let's not worry about that overly much. Actually, do we? Yes, we do. At some point, do get access to the monastery once, I think. Oh, well, you look at that. A black goblin. That is, of course, very much nice. Actually, when we are out there anyway, we can probably use the mage's portal to travel all the way back to the city. To make things a lot easier for us. We don't have to, you know, walk all the way. Since we already were at the circle area and saw that there was nothing, quite literally. Cluck. Yeah, shut up. That's good to be king. Really is. Now then, my little radar system going again. It is kinda, you know. And usually this is the sort of thing you do when you fear that there might be very, very tough enemies nearby that you don't want to run into unprepared. Like, you know, shadow beasts. But you could also use this to generally just find enemies. Yeah, that has quite a range. However, sometimes it kinda fails, and then it doesn't work like it's supposed to, and you sit there like an idiot. Well, you look at that. Another shadow beast. I think we have murdered the population of shadow beasts quite efficiently at this point. Aren't really that many left. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I kinda missed my cue there. Now, generally speaking, shadow beasts do have a rather easy to understand pattern to themselves. As long as you're capable of surviving at least 1 or 2 hits of them, you can get them down. It takes a bit, you know, it's not that easy, but it works. If you are a bit patient about it. If you're getting impatient, you kinda end up with a problem. Or, you know, if the game decides that no, screw you basically, then you also die. They do a horrible amount of damage when you let them. Which is why you should avoid that as much as you can. Okay, you take some time to load. Of course, you also shouldn't lag in your attacks, because that is going to murder you. Oh well, happens to the best of us. Come on, game. Don't randomly decide that I'm in range when I'm actually not in range. That is not very nice of you. Because by the amount of damage that thing can do, it's going to murder me. And I really don't wanna, you know, reduce it to this, because that is going to take bloody forever. When I think about it, I would kinda like to have a bit of a longer weapon. That would make things a lot easier. Now that I think about it. Okay, first things first, we murder you. Then we're gonna eat some fried meat. Get our health up again. I mean, it's not really most efficient way of doing it, I will admit, but it kinda works. And we're gonna make a save, because I don't want to do this again. See how fast it saves again. I mean, that's one advantage of actually having the game get started, I suppose. You do know you're not supposed to. Yes, like this, precisely. Jesus Christ. That is really something. I'm just very much happy that we got it done. Now I'm feeling somewhat better about myself. Yes, of course. If there's one thing, one creature that's going to respawn all the bloody time, it's gonna be the Shadow Beasts, because oh boy. Wouldn't want to make it easy. Now, would we? Well then, all of this nonsense aside, and we go on a little journey. Then we go back to the use the teleporter, tell Vatras, hey, we've taken care of it. Then good question actually, what then? Highwayman, oh boy. As we all know, humans are quite dangerous.
Hey you, what do you want? If you don't want me to smash in your face, you'd better... You're joking. Do I look the part?
Yes.
If I don't see 20 gold pieces, then I'll flatten you. So... Just get out. Show you what...
Yes, I do. Yes, I do want it the hard way. I mean, come the fuck on. I murdered you when I was still wearing just a leather armor. And was quite literally levels below this. Why do you think that I would, now that I'm wearing an actual good armor and can fight back, would suddenly be like, yes, yes, sure, I'm gonna pay you. Also, we got a level up, which means we can get some more strength points. Which also means I need to unequip everything that gives me strength and then get myself some more strength points. Obviously. Alright, we're not gonna go in there yet. We are instead going to run around all the way up to the black troll. Then we're gonna turn around, come back down here. Basically, you're making a little circle. And then, after we cleared out the area here, we'll put back into the city of Corellis. Good plan, isn't it? Also, it's gonna allow me to murder all the little creatures that are sitting around here. Basically just waiting for it. What a great relaxing game this is. Whole exploration part is so nice. The environment is well made, not even that much. That has probably taken quite a lot of time to make. Now that I think about it, this is also the kind of game you can, well, somewhat. I'm not gonna say you can do without end, but you can somewhat play this quite a bit. So basically, once a year or so you can actually get back into it. Which of course means that even if we finish this, there's no reason to be sad. For one thing, there's the prison series. At least the first and the second one. Those I can promise. Just as Gothic, I can. Not so much for the third one. And what was the other one called? Helix or something? You were like, it's front run, you might take a look. And so I shall. I'll never become a master crossbowman. Then again, I was not really planning on becoming one anyway. Quite happy just, you know. Just using this. Works too. Like a bloody charm, I might add. Stop scratching your backside. Get over here, lurker. And I think apart from the little skeletons, there is nothing left in the circle area, so we can just basically take the turn right here, go over the bridge, get things done.
Hey!
They're not gonna suddenly having spawned any snappers. No, they didn't. Any new black trolls? I don't think so. That would be surprising. So now we go back here. And can we go to the pirates? No, pirates come later. We go to the water mages. Yeah. No game, let me. Thank you. Thank you, friend. And there's this cave in here. That's also one of those. If you haven't really played the game in every potential way, so every guild basically, there's quite a huge chance that you have missed out on some stuff. I mean, like this cave here. If you didn't have a specific quest, you know, to go in here, let me be honest here, I probably would never have found that bloody cave in the first place. And I had already forgotten about it again. Quite obviously, my memory is not that good. So, you know, kinda happens, kinda happens. Actually, nice day to go out on a little hunt. Also nice day to visit some pyramids. And see what has potentially respawned there. Yeah, I could just go back and tell Rogers we've done this. Yeah, that's pretty much done too. Those two should be failed. Mostly because I can't. I can't join the militia because I'm a mercenary. And I can't join the monastery because I'm a mercenary. I've quite literally barred myself from those ways. The game's still like, no, I'm gonna let that sit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. T. That was pretty much the same distance till the last time, just that this time he didn't land on his face. Ah yeah, killing those things. Fire lizards. Thanks to the power of the pyramid, because otherwise you will not be able to do that. Oh boy. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. So how late is it? Oh, we still have some time. Very good. Very good. I think while we're here, I'm going to make my little going through. Just keep cooking that shit. Keep cooking. You mean it? Also, I would actually, technically speaking, need any something new to drink anyway, so I guess good as time as any. To make a nice little break before the break. I know what people are gonna say, but one thing you're going to come back to is going to be the one that is most unpopular. Technically speaking, yes. Since when has popular opinion never swayed me? Spoiler, it does not. Personally, I very much like it. Rip. You're not gonna stop me from falling down there. You're not going to. And with that out of the way, what is actually left? Not much. Not overly much. Actually, now that I think about it, since we are now a water guy, Saturus should actually give me the ornament ring thing. Good.
Hey, you!
I belong. As I see, you bear our secret sign, and I see in your eyes that very well. I shall accept your entry, but bear in mind that this comes, and I hope for your sake.
Give me the...
Good. As a new member, you should be granted this honor. However, I'm still waiting for a message.
However, it's always like this, isn't it? Like, good, yes, do it, but... And here comes the nice little but, where it's like, oh boy, now you have to do some Hansa nonsense.
Hey!
Yeah, that's always the case.
Not really.
Wait a minute. Show me...
What should your...
Don't even care, I think I never ever used that thing. Like, well, you can use it to find clues because it finds the weapons of the bandits and you can follow that, and it's like, okay, that's nice, but I'm never ever gonna do that.
Can you tell me what you...
It's so typical. I got some more skins we can sell, and I also got... I mean, I got a lot of stuff when you think about it, but alas. At least the bloody orc didn't respawn. The only way you can beat that thing with any form of reasonable amount of time investment is actually by drawing him down here. Get the city guard to help you, and then try to get in the last hit. Really is a lot like old, very old games at that. So we can sell those Shadow Beast hides, I suppose. Buttress is also gonna be happy because, yay! You did it, kid! You are finally one of our good people. Yes, thanks you, Buttress. You have really satisfied. Let us bet here.
Hey, you! I've delivered your...
Accept my thanks.
The Brothers of the...
Good. I shall send you through the portal together. You are to track down the former Ore Baron Raven. We here shall continue to try and deal with a... Bring this letter to Saturus. May Adonis...
Can you heal?
You do not require...
Aww. Yeah, but then again, game, you should be very much very much be happy. And those. Oh right, I wanted to sell some more of my hides to Vospa. And I guess actually I think
Enos, in his wisdom, did so.
I think Jarkender is a bit more interesting for the moment. Also, if we collect the Claw of Belial, we have a nice weapon in inventory that we can then use if we so desire. And here comes along with a few of nice things that not many other weapons have.
I need more skin.
I never knew that. I've got
a sheepskin.
I wouldn't dream.
Wolfskin. That's good. Ah, even a shadow. Good work.
He makes much money from me, and I make much money from him. It's a win-win situation if you want to be so blatant about it. Since I have just now decided that we want to... I will actually use the portals to go back to Satras. And then we're going to make ourselves. And then I'm going to find out how to manually get rid of all those quests.
That in this place, order and chaos.
Because that is going to annoy the living shit out of me. Believe you me.
Really? How interesting. Someone's
gonna do Oh, they teleport 1, teleport 2, and be like, right, Satras, we've got shit. That will lead us into the unknown part of the island, where we can finally wear our other armor. Although this one here is very damn close to it. That way, so you know. Actually, do I have enough points? Yes, I have. I could actually use my points to get some strength training done. I think the only one who can actually do that for us reasonably well is Orlov at this point. Let's get that nonsense out of the way before we go over. 62 of all the bonuses. I have 5 from the amulet, I believe. 5 from the belt, which is 10. I don't really have that much in the way of strength. Is it raining again? Yes, it is raining again. Jesus, it is really raining all the time in this way. Surely, Seko must be an idiot if he thinks he can go with the excuse of, oh, my harvest dried up, it's sanding. Well, quite literally every second day it's raining like shit. At least tell me, you know, it got some disease or so from all the rain, and then I would be at least like, yeah, sure, can kind of see that. Don't go like it's dried up. Jesus fucking Christ. You're bad at this whole lying business, aren't you? Also, I kind of stole you. Yeah, double. But that's another business, of course, altogether. Let's say a very fair business. Let us take some stuff. Let us take some stuff. Doing all the stuff. Let's remove all the equipment. Activate the force. Activate our force, like the amulet, and then we are at 44.
I want to.
That's 49. And I mean, we could now go for a singular point, but yeah, don't really want to. I mean, the next one is 59. I guess I could see myself spending some points.
Good.
But, you know, we can take care of that another time. And to put my thing again. 5, stone. Hmm. 67, you say?
It can't go on like this forever. Nobody will learn anything from me. Tell me that.
3 points I'm missing for using Divine Longsword, eh? 3 points. Could I get 3 points? I could get 3 points out of this.
Nobody wants to know.
That's not what I heard. Is it really true?
I want to.
Good.
Now we go this. And you can use the big crossbow, and you can also use the fine longsword. Diddle-dim, warm. Nice. Very nice. Charity strength. That's actually not bad. Set wise. And you can get quite the amount of bonuses, as you can see. And training wise, yeah. At the best, you go up to 90. Whereas what you do, you go to 89, then you go to 94, then when it becomes ridiculously costly to actually get more strength points, you're gonna use your bonuses. That way things usually work out rather well. But with my fine longsword and stuff, I'm pretty sure I'm really enough equipped to go into Jakindara and do some serious amount of damage to the environment. The Valley of Mines is still pretty dangerous, mostly because of the sheer amount of orcs that are sitting around and just waiting to murder you. Well, at this point in time, dealing with an orc scout or so should be not much of a problem. They're not just orc scouts now, are there? Jakindar also has I mean, it has pirates, you know. That's a very good point to make. Pirates are cool. Also, while I was reinstalling Gothic, too, in this case, I also took the opportunity, was like, you know what, since I'm gonna wait here for this shit to download anyway for a while, basically overnight, I also installed Risen already, bending that out of the way. I did install 1, 2, 3, then again, I don't really think I'm gonna bother with 3. I mean, sure, you can be like, oh, but it's basically the conclusion. I would be sitting here like, yeah, but it's a conclusion I don't wanna have. And who even change our armor though? Yes, we probably do want to change our armor. Sure. You have to go all the way back to Saturas. Be like, Saturas, got a message. We can go. Go, go, go.
Hey. Give me the ring.
Good. As in, however,
I have a mess.
See?
Very interesting. Here, take the ring. If Nefarious is right, the portal...
Yes, and everybody's gonna be waiting there for me to do my job. But we, of course, shall let them wait and do this job the next time. There is water coming down. Interestingly enough. Hey look, here's a sword equipped.
Hey!
I can tell you why.
Can you
tell me what?
Because one of that is mine. I gave to him. Sold him. 94% mastery. That is fucking adorably nice. Well then, I'm gonna make one save. I'm gonna make 2 save. And with this, I shall end it for the moment. I'll meet you adieu in all of that. And yeah, I shall be back actually later in an hour or so. Could be a bit later, depends a bit. But generally speaking, in an hour. Gothic is always such a nice experience, isn't it, to play? Oh well. Before I get all nostalgic here, let me actually get cooking and Let I can actually get that finished at some point. So, for the moment,